Alright, so now that I've done a flush of the leg oil, just filled it up, let it drain again, I am going to fill it back up. I'm just going to start off by just cleaning off what's left on the leg there for drainage. Let's get our screw hole, nice little wipe there. Alright, looks pretty good, not much is still coming out of there. Just a little tiny bit. So, now in preparation for filling it, what I have gone and done is cleaned the, I guess they're plastic washer O-rings for the screws, and the screws. I went and cleaned those too. I just used some brake part cleaner. I did not use the brake part cleaner or the evaporating brake cleaner. I did not use that on these plastic rings. It just doesn't seem like a good idea to do it, so don't do it. I just wiped them off really quickly, and then I'm going to just kind of give them a dab of oil before I put them back on. Just give them a good layer of oil on them. Now these rings have two different sides. One has like an edge to it, and one side is flat. Now I'm assuming that the flat part would go up against the casing, like so, and the edge would be facing out to press up against the bottom of the screw. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that when I was taking them off, but that's the way I'm going to put them back on. So first thing I'm going to do is just throw this ring the way I want it onto the screw. Just make sure that's all pre-prepped and organized. Second one on the go here. Okay, so those two are prepped. Now, I discovered with this pump, it came with two fittings. These two fittings that go onto the end of the hose. These fittings that came with this kit do not fit in the screw holes for the Coleman. They might fit on one of the larger horsepower models. They didn't fit on mine. The threads aren't even the same, and they're just a tiny bit bigger, so I just had to come up with a little retrofit for that. What I did there was just took a air nozzle for an air compressor and just shoved it in the end of the hose. The threads are the exact same size, everything like that. You just have to be careful when you're pumping it that you don't blow that right out of the end of the hose. So yeah, that works pretty good. So now that we're going to fill it, let's get my pumping bottle a little closer there. Get that up in there. This is a little tricky. Okay, that's on there. Okay, now the objective is just to pump in new fluid until it comes out of the level check hole, and as soon as it does, we'll be throwing the screw back in. So have that ready. You're going to need to do that pretty quick. I'm just going to start pumping her in here. It doesn't seem to take much fluid to fill this either. Maybe just under 1/4 of a bottle. Okay, there we go. Just gonna give it another squeeze there just to bring some fluid out, and then I am quickly going to throw this screw in. Grab my screwdriver here. No, you want to do this as quickly as possible just so that you can try and keep as much fluid in there as possible. Now that I put the screw in there, it's just going to allow it not to drain out so much. And same with the bottom, just pulled out the hose, and I'm just going to quickly throw this screw back in as fast as I can here. Just try and get it hand tight. And there we go. Now I highly suggest not over tightening these, because if you strip these screws out, you are going to have a big headache on your hands. Big headache. You will literally have to rethread the case and find bigger screws for it. So just going to do a quick cleanup here, get all the oil off the bottom and off this top ledge here. Get her all cleaned up. Get this bottle out of the way here. And then I'm just going to quickly hit it with some brake cleaner. No, I'm not going to use brake cleaner. I am going to use, where is it? Okay, can't find it. Oh, there it is. Just some foaming engine cleaner, just some degreaser. Just gonna quickly spray this on here. Just around the bottom, just on the top. Just quickly get this off so it doesn't ruin the paint or finish or nothing. Alright, there you go. Make sure that these are nice and snug. Oh yeah, okay, she's good. There you go. Change the fluid, leg oil, gear fluid in the Coleman. Now you'll notice that there are two screws here. One says wash, one says oil level. Yeah, you don't want to open that up and stick a bunch of oil in there. That'd just be a big no-no. This screw here, the reason it says wash is because you unscrew it, and I haven't been able to find the fitting yet, but there's a fitting that goes on there. You attach it to your hose, and you can pretty much flush out the whole intake system with water without having to run the engine. So I've yet to mess around with that, but later I'm planning on doing something with that, just to see what's going on with that, because I know I've got a bunch of buildup and grime and a bunch of stuff on that intake, so I'd like to flush everything out. Definitely. So I think maybe next video I'm going to change the motor oil on this thing too. Get this thing ready to hit the lake.